Is your team winning in Week 10 of the 2025 NFL season? I think I have the answer, so let's go ahead and dive on into my Week 10 NFL predictions. Real quick, a couple things before we do. First things first, our standings. These are our current standings going into this week. Me and my dad now are tied at 90, 44, and 1 at the top, followed by ChatGPT, followed by my way too early predictions, and then down at the bottom, yeah, Grok's a little special one. Also, before we dive into these predictions, let me know in the comments down below who you have winning this week. Who do you think is going to be the big upset? Who's going to get the biggest win? I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I respond to all my comments, so keep me honest on that down below. Alright, let's go ahead and get things started off here with the Thursday night game. We got the Las Vegas Raiders going to Denver to take on the Broncos, and honestly, the Raiders, I don't really have much faith in them. None of us have faith in them, really. Yeah, they added Tyler Lockett, but that team is a long ways away, more than a Tyler Lockett away from competing. So across the board, I got the Broncos. My way too early predictions has the Broncos. My dad's got the Broncos. ChatGPT's got the Broncos, and Grok has the Broncos as well. Up next, we have the Berlin game here. The Atlanta Falcons going to Indianapolis. Basically, the home team is going to be Indianapolis here with the Colts in Berlin. This should be a fun one. Again, Atlanta has a tendency to play up to teams that they have no right playing up to, and then all of a sudden they'll play down and just absolutely crap the bed against the Browns. They are the complete enigma of the NFL season. The Colts coming off of a pretty bad loss to the Steelers, so there's no doubt in my mind the Colts are going to be furious. They're going to get the win, so I'm taking the Colts. My way too early predictions has the Falcons. My dad has the Colts. ChatGPT has the Colts, and Grok has the Colts as well. Now we got the New York Giants going to Chicago to take on the Bears. This one should be an interesting one here. The Giants not really having a lot going for them right now. They're trying to fight their way back, but again, the Bears have just been a hot team right now. They have been white hot, incredible, way better than I thought they would have been at this point in the season. So that being said, I am taking the Bears to keep their roll going as well. My way too early predictions has the Bears. My dad's got the Bears. ChatGPT's got the Bears, and Grok also has the Bears. Do we even need to predict this game? It's the Bills at the Dolphins. Basically, a competent team going down to take on a train wreck in South Beach. So, yeah. I got the Bills. My way too early predictions has the Bills. My dad has the Bills. ChatGPT has the Bills, and Grok has the Bills as well. Now we got an interesting one here. The Baltimore Ravens going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. The Ravens trying to fight back and claw back into this playoff picture. The Vikings have been looking pretty good these last couple weeks, especially JJ McCarthy looking good when he came back. So this is going to be a very fun one for me. This is the game that I would have circled on the calendar as this is game of the week potential at 1 p.m. So therefore, I do think though the Vikings are looking better. The Ravens I feel like they have a couple of inconsistency issues, a couple of other problems they have. So I'm taking the Vikings to get the upset here. My way too early predictions has the Ravens. My dad has the Ravens. ChatGPT has the Vikings, and Grok has the Ravens as well. Now we got the other version of Game of the Week. Game of the Week because it's going to be an awful game of no offense. The Cleveland Browns going to New York to take on the Jets. The Jets don't have an offense or a defense. The Browns have a defense, but they don't have an offense. So this is really going to be a low-scoring game. I mean, what's the over-under on this? It's going to be crazy. 38.5. I'd be betting the under on this if I were a betting man. It has the potential to be like a 7-3 game. It really does. That being said, I do think the Browns end up getting a win out of this. I feel like the Jets just did way too much selling at the deadline. My way too early predictions has the Browns. My dad has the Browns. ChatGPT has the Jets, and Grok has the Jets as well. Up next, we got the New England Patriots going to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. This is going to be a good one. Another game of the week candidate here. The Patriots are just white hot right now, led by Drake May. The Buccaneers have been incredible, but they have been having some injury concerns going on as well. So that being said, it is going to be a close game. This game, again, it has the potential to be a very high-scoring, very close game. That being said, I do think the Patriots are going to edge out the win. I feel like the injuries are going to come back and hurt the Buccaneers. My way too late predictions has the Buccaneers. My dad has the Buccaneers. ChatGPT has the Patriots, but Grok has the Buccaneers as well. Now we got another one here. The New Orleans Saints going to Carolina to take on the Panthers. The Saints, yeah, they were selling at the deadline. No more Rashid Shaheed. The Panthers have been absolutely electric recently, getting a big win over the Packers last week, and now they are back at home. They are 3-1 at home. This team has been exquisite at home, and they're taking on a team like the Saints where they really just don't have much of a fight to them right now. I mean, I don't know about you, but to me that reads an easy Panther win. So I'm taking the Carolina Panthers. My weekly predictions has the Saints. My dad has the Panthers. ChatGPT has the Panthers, and Grok has the Panthers as well. Now we got the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Houston to take on the Texans. The Houston Texans, if I'm not mistaken, they opened up as favorites, and now the Jags are 1.5 points favorites. And I don't know why Houston would have been considered a favorite in this game. I guess maybe in Houston divisional game. But yeah, the Texans, they've been having a lot of struggles this year. The Jaguars they've been consistent enough to do well. Again, I don't really like either of these teams' chances long term, but in the short term, I do see the Jags as being the more competent team, the more ready to win team right now. The Texans just have been off, and I can't pinpoint why it is. They've just been off. So that being said, I am taking the Jaguars. My week's early predictions, though, took the Texans. My dad has the Jaguars, ChatGPT has the Jaguars, and Grok has the Jags as well. Up next, we got the Arizona Cardinals going to Seattle to take on the Seahawks in a battle of NFC West foes. The Seahawks, spearheaded by Sam Darnold, who last week went 17 for 17 for over like 200 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half and the start of the third quarter, going to Arizona, who just absolutely pants the Dallas Cowboys on national television. This is going to be a very good game. I think it could be a very high-scoring, close game throughout, but Seattle is just the better team right now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But watch out for Arizona. They've been playing teams very close. I'm eyeing up that Arizona plus 6.5 line. I'm eyeing that up if I were going against the spread. But that being said, I am taking the Seahawks to win. My week's early predictions has the Seahawks. My dad has the Seahawks. ChatGPT has the Seahawks, and Grok has the Seattle Seahawks. Now, in another battle of NFC West foes, we got the Los Angeles Rams going to San Francisco to take on the Niners. This game is going to be a fun one here. The Rams losing to the Niners in overtime, yet in theory they should have won had they been able to kick some points. Their kicker situation has not really been great. Apparently they signed the thicker kicker off the UFL. So off, I think, the Stallions, Birmingham Stallions, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be interesting to see if he competes with Josh McCarty this week for the starting kicker role, because they need help. Their kicking is non-existent. I would rather go for it on 4th and 2 with the game on the line, down by 2 points from my own 25, or from the opponent's 25, than trust Carty right now, because the kicking unit has just not been it. So that being said, I do think, though, the Rams are going to put the pummel on after last time. They're going to be very hungry, very angry, wanting to get back on it, and the Rams are just playing good football. So I am taking the Rams to win. My weekly predictions has the Niners. My dad has the Rams. My ChatGPT has the Niners, but Grok has the Rams as well. Up next, we got the last 4 o'clock game. The Detroit Lions going to Washington to take on the Commanders. And is this really a game? I mean, unfortunately, the Commanders did a stupid and kept Jaden Daniels down by 31 late in the game last week, causing him to get hurt. He's probably done for the year. And the Lions are the Lions. So let's just get to these predictions here. I got the Lions. My weekly predictions has the Commies. My dad has the Lions. ChatGPT has the Lions. And Grok has the Lions as well. Now we're moving on to Sunday Night Football. The Pittsburgh Steelers going to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers in SoFi Stadium. This should be a good one here. The Chargers have been all right at home, 3-2 at home. And again, the Chargers they're kind of that team that I'm like, I know that they're supposed to be good, but I just don't buy into them every week. I don't know why. I'm not sold on them entirely. The Steelers, though, coming off of an incredible defensive performance last week, a whopping, I think it was 6 turnovers against the Colts. The defense might be back. This Steelers defense very well could be back, and if they can keep that fire going against the Chargers, I loved seeing Jalen Ramsey as a free safety. That was absolutely incredible. The offense played well, and Aaron Rodgers is happier than ever because the Steelers signed MVS to the active roster. You saw it when he was asked about it. He just had a big old smile on his face. He's like, I'm good. I like who we got. We're going to win some games. Let's fracking go. So that being said, I am taking the Pittsburgh Steelers. My weekly predictions is taking the Pittsburgh Steelers. My dad has the Pittsburgh Steelers. ChatGPT has the Los Angeles Chargers, and Grok has the Los Angeles Chargers on this one. Now, before we get into this last game, real quick, after this game prediction, we are going to go through my streaming schedule for this week, so stay tuned for that if you want to see me do live play-by-play. Let's get into this game. We got the Philadelphia Eagles going to Green Bay to take on the Packers. The Packers coming off of an embarrassing loss to the Carolina Panthers last week. The Eagles coming off of a bye. This game is going to be for the NFC lead, more than likely at this point. And, that being said, I think the Packers are just going to have a big comeback. They're playing angry. The Eagles coming off a bye. You don't know how they're going to fare. So that being said, I am going to take the Green Bay Packers. My weekly predictions has the Eagles. My dad has the Eagles, ChatGPT has the Packers, and Grok has the Packers as well. Alright, so for Week 10 streaming games, this week it is a very short week. I know, Sunday I am going to be out in the afternoon, so unfortunately it's slotted right there in between the 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. slated games. It completely overlaps. So unfortunately, I cannot cover anything on Sunday afternoon, but we will be live tonight if you're watching this video the day it comes out. Second half coverage of the Raiders at the Broncos. Then we got Sunday Night Football, Steelers at Chargers at 8:15 p.m. And then that date is wrong, but it is going to be Monday Night Football on the 10th, not the 3rd, between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers, coverage starting around 8:10 Eastern. Also, I did want to make another quick announcement here. We do have a Discord server. It is going to be in the link in the description, so make sure you go ahead and check it out, and I'm going to leave it in the pinned comment. But in that server, we have a bot to give us the latest player news for the MLB, NHL, and NFL. We got updated standings for NHL, NBA, MLB, all the fun leagues, all that stuff. Chats for everything. Come in, chat, hang out, have a good time. That's also where I'll announce some other miscellaneous streams sometimes if I have a last-second stream come up. So another place to get some good notifications for the channel. And with that, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to drop like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.